All right, so starting with our battery boxes here, we've got control wires for a BMS, our contactor coils, CAN bus from our thermistor expansion module, and our Orion. All of that's coming out here. From here, we have low voltage signals going to our relay box and fuse box. We're planning to make a better bracket to put right here to mount this up. So then from here, this is connected to directly to our Hyper 9 controller, to this battery box, and it has a lot of wires that go through a grommet right into our dashboard right in there. Over on this side, we have our shunt for our TBS, which with its wires coming up, following this high voltage track, and they also go through the same hole that the low voltage wires go through. And lastly, we've got a inertial switch right here wired in, and our ground connection for our front components in the battery box. And that covers the engine area, the engine bay. So all the wires that come in through that grommet in the center of the firewall, they come in through your hole here into the middle of the dashboard, and they exit right here. That has two branches, one that goes to the pedal box area and one that goes to the center of the dashboard. The center of the dashboard here, this is where all the wires for the TBS gauge that comes out of the AC vent are, as well as the lights for warnings, the buzzer for warnings, and the screen, which are all mounted here in a temporary display bracket. Going into the passenger side footwell, you just have the control box for this display, as well as CAN bus. So past our pedal box, we also have the pump and fan wires, as well as charger DC output and our reverse light output. So those come through this track here in these two wires, or these two sheaths. They come back up here. Our reverse lights go across and connect into where those should go. And then our charger DC wires go straight back to the charger. We're back at the front on the passenger side, and here is the bulk of our connections from the front all the way to the trunk. So those wires are coming in through a bundle here. You got your DC, the DC output wires here, and our remote BMS connector here. So those all go through a hole here, which is a grommet that we plan to re-glue in there. It wasn't in there super securely. So those come through the firewall. They follow along the passenger side rocker here, right in there. And then they go up into the trunk right there. We go around to the trunk. Now here we have these wires coming from that passenger side rocker entering into the trunk right here. You have your direct connection for your remote BMS right there. Low voltage signal wires coming across here, getting a ground right there. 12 volt fuse for the charger's output, and then CAN bus and low voltage for the charger here. Right here we have that charger DC wiring that was coming through the driver's side rocker, and that's just plugged right into our charger. Then we have pilot, proximity, and ground, and your AC input for the charger. These are the last wires left to connect, and then all the wiring will be done.